This speech of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama really made me emotional, and I've never watched the speech of this particular man, that is our president. I've never watched his speech, and I've become so emotional and sad apart from this particular video. In fact, he said so many things in this video as to the challenges he went through when he lost the 2016 election. In fact, and I begin to, ponder over it that if a whole former president that was in 2016 lost a president, a man who held the highest office in a country, which is Ghana, goes through this particular situation, then who am I as a normal citizen to be complaining when I go through certain challenges? In fact, according to him, it was very, very difficult for him to get a place of abode, that is a place to stay, when he lost the election. In fact, some people even agreed to give the person who went there to sort for accommodation. But according to him, when people realized that he was the one actually behind the accommodation, trying to be is the one trying to sort the accommodation, they simply said the accommodation is not available anymore. And in fact, I wouldn't have believed this particular statement coming from somebody else, but once it is coming from the man himself, once it's coming from His Excellency, I have no choice than to believe it. And all the statement he made this particular video, it's only a statement to encourage me that no matter the situation I find myself, no matter the challenges I find myself, I should always remember that those challenges are just temporary. It will come and it will go. I should always remember that staying strong to fight the challenges is the most important thing. And then once the challenges are gone, I become far better than what I used to be. Anyway, guys, let's watch and hear from our president and the kind of challenges he faced when he lost the 2016 election and what he did in order to overcome those challenges. And if you watch this video and you find it educative, kindly hit the like button and then subscribe for more videos like this.
What made me come to Chain Homes? And I think it falls in line with the exhortation that Prophet Martin gave us. That when things are the lowest, don't think that God has given up on you. We came here by accident. There are few people who know this story. We lost the elections. We thought the world had come to an end. And the agreement was that as former president, the state will provide accommodation for you. We were a young couple. We had built a house, but it was some small Atakami house. You couldn't host any head of state in that house. And besides, we had rented it out. So there were some Chinese living in it. And then we lost the election. You couldn't go and tell them to get out of your house and then you come and stay there. So we were homeless. And I said, okay, Lodina, no problem. Let's find somewhere and rent. So we got a place near Kaukudi, the Gold House, there somewhere. And they agreed, went and looked at it. It was okay. Not anything imposing, but it was livable. And considering that we're homeless, we were prepared to take anything. And so we went there. Lodina went there. I didn't go there. And she went and negotiated everything and all that. They said, yeah, the house is available. So Lodina said, oh, John, come, let me show you where we've got. So I went there. And the caretaker was there. So for the first time, they realized that, it's the former president who just lost the election who is coming to stay here. Oh, the next day they said, you see, there's a company accommodation. One of our general managers is coming from abroad. And actually, he's coming to live there. We forgot. And so it's not available for rent. So we said, okay. But that one was not as bad. After about 4 or 5 places, we got a place. They said it was okay. And so they gave us the rent. We went and paid. They gave us a receipt. And then, again, when they realized that it was me, it was some Indian people. And I said, oh no, come back for your money. We're not renting the house anymore. So they really gave our money back to us. They refunded it. And so we went looking again. And this place, I never ever thought I'd come and live here. Because I came here one time when I was vice president. At the time, we were planning the roads in this area. And so we came this way, and there was some Fulani cattle people with their cows grazing all over this place. And there was some, death track. If you wanted to go there, you had to go through some corner and come through. And so we actually drove past here. It was the beginning of Chain Homes. And little did I know that one day it would become my refuge. as a refugee, that's where I'll find solace. And so we came down, and then with the roads people, the urban roads people, and so they started building the roads. And then the day of commissioning, of course, I was president. I came and commissioned the Airport Hills Bridge, and I cut the sod for the bridge over the motorway. And so that was the first time I passed along these roads, and I said, a very beautiful place. And so when we roamed and were looking for a place to rent and we didn't get, finally they said, oh, there's a place at Chain Homes. There's Chain Homes. So go and check there. So when we came round, it was my daughter once again, Equia. Equia is the one who received Lodina. And somebody had built his house in the corner there and given it to Chain Homes and asked them to rent it. So he said, oh, there's this property in the corner there. See if you like it. And so Lodina went and said, oh, look, we have no choice anyway. So it's not about whether we like it, we'll take it. And so that's how we came to this neighborhood. And the first person I met that I knew was Paul. Paul was my director of conduct when I was in government. And so Paul came to me and said, oh, I came to welcome you on behalf of the residents. And so he accepted us. And he said, one of the evenings I'm going to take you around to greet our neighbors. So for those of you who were here at that time, I came from house to house and greeted you. And of course, Pakas was my schoolmate. And so Pakas, he and I were in university together. Pakas was a businessman from when we were in university. When these Chinese films come, new Chinese film in town, Pakas will go and buy the rights and come and show it on campus and charge us, our small students like So I found that I had some friends in the neighborhood, but the rest is history. You know, Ade and all of them convinced us to make our permanent home in this estate, and so they very graciously granted us that land in the center, and so we're part of this neighborhood. Indeed, they believe the estate belongs to me. So all of you who bought these houses, you bought them illegally because you should have paid the money to me. They said this is Mahama's estate. So if you paid your money to Ada and go, please, you better ask for a refund and bring my money. But let me thank you very much. You've all been good neighbors. Many of you we know personally, you come to the house from time to time. Don't be intimidated by the soldiers and all that. I mean, we're neighbors, and anytime you think there's any issue, you want to come. At the weekends when we're available, we've not been very good neighbors because of the responsibilities of state. There's hardly a weekend that I'm here. At the weekend when people are resting, there are still things that I have to do. But in the times that we're available, you can always come over and come. Unless a few of you have been coming, we share some drinks and have fun. And so you're all our neighbors, you're all welcome. There's a funny story. There's one of your own name who he was. But after I became president, the soldiers came and said, oh, now that you are commander-in-chief, we have to take over your security. So I said, oh, okay, so what are you going to do? He said, oh, we have to bring some armored cars to your gates and, protect you. And so before I saw, they brought some armored cars here, armored cars there, armored cars there. And the place looked very intimidating. And so one of our neighbors came to me and I was apologizing. I said, oh, I'm sorry. I mean, the military said they have to come and put those armored cars. It's going to create an inconvenience for all of us. And so please bear with me. It's just for 4 years. After 4 years, they will go. I know what this neighbor said. He said, what are you talking about? He said, the armored cars are not enough. Let them bring more. He says, there are people that I don't want to see. When they ask me, where do you stay? They say, you see where your mama lives, where the armored cars are. If you come there, those soldiers, hey. But I wish all of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And let's continue to enjoy this good neighborliness. Indeed, it's good you organize this because this is the first time I've stepped in the community center. And I hope it will be the last time. And so let's organize things. Let's come together as neighbors. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Mr. President. Shall we open?